Pirating is in my blood, like adrenaline or stale grog. I've been in enough scraps to fill a dozen scrapbooks. I've got stories about ships, fights, love, treasure, betrayal, and root beer. But how about one that has all of the above? My name is Guybrush Threepwood, and this is a story about the time I finally found the secret of Monkey Island.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Welcome everyone to this different live stream today. I wanted to talk about the return to Monkey Island for quite some weeks already. And so Return to Monkey Island, probably those who tune in probably know that already, the long-awaited final probably part of Monkey Island. There was of course the Secret of Monkey Island 2, and then also some 3 and 4. And Gilbert said for quite a while he will not do another Monkey Island or something of that sort, and he was also not part of Monkey Island 3 and 4 stuff. And Monkey Island for me is actually rather special, probably due to mostly growing up with that. And so that is also how this looked back in the day, right? And you have seen me in some FPGA stuff, previous videos where we did MIDI and other fun stuff. I actually used the Monkey Island's MIDI stuff on Roland MT32, previous videos. And so I totally understand kind of where we are coming from and played that. Probably Monkey Island is one of the most played games back in the day by myself. And also this was outstanding graphic, right? So 1991, 2, when I played this when I was like 10 or so. And so that was like the best graphic, the state-of-the-art graphic you could get on a PC, kind of, sort of, mostly. Anyway, and this is why I remember this, and it is so special, right? When we were playing this, was like, wow, our PC could finally do color graphics, and it looked totally amazing. And now there is some controversy, so yeah, so that's basically the introduction. There is a Return to Monkey Islands, and in my opinion it looks pretty amazing, right? And I also have to say the Monkey Islands in between, to me, did not look that amazing, right? I totally didn't play this Monkey Island 3 and 4, whatever existed there later in the 90s. I played none of them, right? When I saw this, well, back in the day, this was not my time to game anymore, mostly, except maybe Formula 1 Grand Prix and some Quake whatever, and eventually Quake 3 Arena stuff. But at that time I was busy doing the Linux distribution and computer science and stuff. But nonetheless, I probably saw that, and I remember that back in the day, in the 90s, when this stuff came out, like Monkey Island 3 and 4, which Ron Gilbert didn't participate in, wasn't part of the team and so on, was done by a totally different team and so on. And I hated this graphic, right? I totally get where we are coming from. And so so yeah, maybe we discuss this later a little bit more, but so I get the history. I loved the, not retro, but back in the day state-of-the-art graphic of Monkey Island 1 and 2. And the more it saddens me that there's some huge controversy with fans being really disappointed, which basically brings me to this video. Haters gonna hate, and people are just mean, which also I wouldn't call me a hater of like Peakbugs and Apple and stuff. I had Apple for a long time and appreciate the stuff, or monolithic kernels, and like I'm not a hater of monolithic kernel, right? Sometimes I come over here also a little bit overly negative maybe, but I'm just realistic and being honest with our state of technology. And I don't really, well, I get why some people are disappointed. So the issue is that a lot of people hate this graphics of, or a lot, I don't know. I didn't make a personal survey here, but news stories explode of fans, so-called fans, hate here, and even personal, apparently attacks. And yes, even, so it exploded on his blog here, and when Gilbert is shutting down the comments, people are just being mean and having totally personal attacks and stuff. I don't quite know what, I don't have an old screenshot of what he deleted. It's for me, it's crazy that there's personal attacks over pixel art. I understand, given in the 90s, I personally was disappointed with the graphics of Monkey Island 3 and 4, or whatever versions it were. But basically in the 90s, I like freaking didn't care, right? It was what it is. I didn't buy it. I didn't play it. And so what? And I want to say to those haters, especially, I mean, it's totally sad that someone after 30 or so years goes back to make the final Return to Monkey Island, and kinda, although he has done a lot of stuff, he's basically Z LucasArts, Maniac Mansion, which I also personally played. Although I have to say, back in the day, like 1990, when I was 10, I didn't even like the graphics of Maniac Mansion. Sure, it kinda probably was state of the art, but as a 10-year-old, it's like, nah, the graphics sucks. I played Maniac Mansion, but I didn't really like. I mean, I played it because it was one of the only few games, but back in the day, graphic, nah, and stuff, and it's like. But I get that in 1987, well, when I played it, it was already 3 or 4 years old. 3 or 4 years. Technology moves freaking fast, right? I get that in 1987 it was revolutionary and the graphic was what was capable back in the day. But 3 or 4 years later, when I played it, I didn't like it. I'm aware of other games. I actually didn't play most of the games because I also had other stuff like computer science to learn. I'm aware of Zack McCracken and other stuff. Was it Sam & Max? Was it also from him? So basically, there's also Secret of Monkey Island 2. Lots of the stuff was using this Scum VM stuff, which obviously I didn't get this joke, right? I, as a 10-year-old in Monkey Island's like Scum joke, whatever, didn't get it, obviously. So yeah, many games, not Scum, was it Sam & Max or whatever. Was it done maybe by others? But doesn't matter. And to those people who hate this, I want to say, for going back to this, who would seriously expect such a game? It was state of the art in 1990, but not today, right? Would you really want a new pixel art game of this style? And if you are so much in love with vintage and retro, just play those good old games. I was actually considering to like play that. I just don't like live on YouTube here on those channels. Like a year ago when it turned like 30 years ago, but it's like, yeah, YOLO, I don't really have time, Linux distribution to run. I also have to say, going back, looking at this today, of course, the graphic does again not look that amazing. I personally, because I grew up with this and I played this, I'm aware that this was state of the art of VGA graphic. And I also have to say, actually another game I played was this, as a 10-year-old, this Larry Leisure Suit stuff, which probably was not for... did he? So this was probably using the same Scum VM, right? So apparently he was not involved in that. Only did the Scum VM, I guess. Maybe I should research if it's even using this guy. But the graphic style, what I want to say is the graphic style was similar, right? And there, like 30 years ago, everyone was, of course, longing for the latest. And that is the thing, everyone was longing for the latest and greatest state-of-the-art graphics and not like for vintage and retro stuff. So, and looking back to this, of course, looking at that 30 years later, it does not look that state-of-the-art. And only because I knew how it was when I was 10-year-old with the 386 and this VGA clone thing, I knew how amazing it was back in the day. I have the understanding that it was better than it looks now. Also maybe on a CRT it did look a little bit more fuzzy. Also, back in the day I didn't like all of the graphics. Again, maybe high expectations. I mean, some of the graphics look amazing, right? Certainly some cutscenes, certainly you can't have like cutscene quality. So yeah, thank you very much. Don't want to look at advertisement now. And So coming from that, you can't. Sure, there are vintage and retro games, but even then the graphic would certainly be better. Oops, no, it's bloody is running. But I would say I like this graphic much more. And this is also what you would expect, right? I don't quite get how people would say they want even more vintage and retro. And I have to say, being quite neutral here, I think these graphics are amazing. And I also have to say, this Guybrush Threepwood here, this one looks really ugly. So this was not the Guybrush Threepwood that I grew up with. So like this Monkey Island 3 and 4. So coming from that interim step here, I have to say, that looks, although this, the crazy thing is, I really like this graphic. And I'm not making this stuff up just to say haters gonna hate and stuff and different to what is out on the internet. I really like it. These graphics are amazing. Here, this ship. The irony is the one figure that I don't like the most is actually Guybrush Threepwood. Here, this is also a really nice, lovely graphics. Although actually here he looks quite okay, I would say. Also, yeah, the same scene, right? And comparing that to, do you really want a new game, like pay a crew of, I don't know how big they are, like dozens of people who does Return to Monkey Island, certainly $1 million+ production. And do you really want to pay some 50 or whatever US dollar for this graphic when you can have this? I mean, obviously, and that is the thing, right? Monkey Island or Maniac Mansion, Monkey Island, and all the other surrounding games, back in the day, they were not intentionally made retro. They were state of the art. So why would you in this day and age expect less than state of the art and really polished, amazing artwork? I don't quite get it. And with the criticism, if you are a true fan, for me, I didn't play Monkey Islands in probably 28 years. Certainly I started it once or twice in an emulator just for 5 minutes for fun, but that's it. I don't know if there are totally die-hard fans out there that do nothing else but play Monkey Island every day. I guess some people play it sometimes. I wonder, are they really that die-hard fans? Certainly those who remember it like myself. And to those people, you have a professional team, even the original author, working on this game, and you create so much hate to even increase the chances. What are the odds now that they are really, they put their time and blood and talent into that, create an amazing, or hopefully probably certainly to their standard and imagination, amazing last sequel here to that series, and for the game you love and stuff, and then you produce so much hate to even demotivate those people. I mean, I don't know if it could potentially still be cancelled, no idea how that process is, or if it's like 90% done and they will for sure publish it. Also, loud minority, right? Maybe those haters are only 1% of being mean and haters gonna hate. So I would hope for them it's still a success because the haters are only less than 1% or something, you never know. But you create the odds, right? I mean, okay, it is 50-50 maybe, or I don't know, maybe psychologists among you, leave me in the comments below if there are studies, for creative people being rudely, meanly criticized or like that. Let's say it's 50-50, I don't know, to either they are now really pissed and demotivated and depressive that they get so much hate and the end result will be worse. Or I would hope, I don't know, I understand it's difficult, like running Linux distribution for 20 years and getting so much hate similar to that unsuccessful one-man distribution and stuff. Like to put even more, like 50-50 chance of put even more work and attention to detail in there to make it even more amazing, I would only hope. But from what I've seen, I really like it. It is way better than this strange 90s style there that I have to say I really, this strange comic style, although I don't know, could you call it, I wouldn't even call it state of the art really, for what other, I would say many computer games looked better back in the day than this. But leave in the comments below if you like that style. It's just, I also wouldn't hate about this stuff and write some threatening posts and letters and stuff. It's just like, if I don't like it, I just don't buy it. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to see. I wonder if they have a native Linux version. Maybe not. Maybe. Hopefully it supports. Is supported in Wine. I wonder actually how they do it. Maybe we, as an outro, watch this. Is it called intro? This trailer, reveal trailer again. I really like this style. I'm not sure how they animated that. If it's some 3D render, like if it's 3D or pseudo 3D, and also if it then has like vector graphic and scalable resolution, so that you could run it 1080p and 4K for even sharper vector art, which would be amazing. I would hope it is, but I don't know. That would be pretty cool. Some scenes, I'm not entirely sure. Some scenes, I mean, you certainly don't really need 3D. I wonder if it's the easiest and most efficient to have this as like flat 3D model for animation and stuff. But that will be interesting to see if people reverse it or scum VM-like emulation in the future. But anyway, just wanted to point this out, that this is kind of frustrating and really sad to see as always. But yeah, internet is either totally positive or either totally negative, right? There is only black and white on the internet, and certainly a lot of hate and trolls. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, not like I'm otherwise really much into gaming. But I wanted to make a little bit more mainstream content anyway, so maybe we actually freaking review it when it comes out. So yeah, let's watch this trailer one more time. Let's take a quick look at the comments. Leave in the comments below what you think. Do you think, I mean, certainly there are examples of really amazing retro vintage artwork, but I totally can understand why they wanted to make current day state of the art now than just working all day and time long with vintage artwork. Anyway, Emmett Ray asks, no more programming videos, of course, mostly on the More Main channel, right? If you didn't see the More Main channel, also, and welcome everyone. And also, if you're interested in low-level programming videos, we will continue with microkernel. The T2 Linux distribution is mostly done. Just even did another test case today and release ISO builds. And with T2, our amazing vintage and retro Linux distribution in such a good shape, we can finally move on and write more low-level graphic driver, 3D stuff, and microkernel. So yeah, otherwise, also looking forward to your comments later. Let's, because I'm streaming from this less than stellar Mac thing where you can't capture easily without installing third-party audio plugin driver stuff on macOS. We need to watch it a little bit different. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this 2 cents. And as always, looking forward to your comments and future program reviews. Also, by the way, so one thing I really hate is this this website is changing the mouse cursor. That is so you want to reach there something, and it's like, I rarely seen this. It's probably the first time. I mean, there you have this vintage and retro stuff, right? Remember 20 years ago when websites freaking changed the mouse cursor for no good reason? It's like, yeah, there you have it. That is really a little bit silly of want to click something. It's like, mouse cursor. But anyway, yeah, I get the gag. It's a nice joke, but anyway, maybe some more comment to the movie. See what we got there.
Pirating is in my blood, like adrenaline or stale grog. I've been in enough scraps to fill a dozen scrapbooks. I've got stories about ships, fights, love, treasure, betrayal, and root beer. But how about one that has all of the above? My name is Guybrush Threepwood, and this is a story about the time I finally found the secret of Monkey Island.
Totally amazing graphics. Really don't get it. And this really long film. I mean, much better than. I mean, obviously
Guy
much better
brushed
than
3
GTA,
wood.
right? Yeah, 25 wasn't too high. Also, music to that style. Too high end, just really nice. I mean, I don't know what scenes you are. I guess it's mostly the game. But yeah.